So it's back. It's Bubba G. And Bubba G is teaching Bible basics for all those who want to know, but especially those 10 and under. Because you need to learn the Bible. In the last videos, we were talking about the kings of Israel. Yes, remember? We were talking about David and Goliath. Remember, David killed Goliath. Yes, with a slingshot and a stone. He killed him to the ground, and he cut off his head. Yes, he said, "You filthy thing, you. I come to you in the name of the Lord." Ah, who are you? This video, we're going to continue with the kings of the children of Israel. But I'm going to break it down for you. Yes. So when David was anointed king, remember? Went to Jesse's, remember the prophet Samuel went to Jesse's house, found David. God said, "This is the man. Anoint him to be the king." But Saul was still king, even though God rejected him. David just was anointed king. That means God gave him the power. But Saul was still on the throne. So, in this video, we're going to see what happened after David killed Goliath. Where you at, Bubba G? I'm in 1 Samuel chapter 18. Verse 6. Do you got your Bible? Okay, let's read. As David was returning after killing Goliath, and as the soldiers were coming back home, women from every town in Israel came out to meet King Saul. They were singing joyful songs, dancing, and playing tambourines and lyres. In their celebration, the women sang, "Saul has killed thousands, but David tens of thousands." Saul did not like this, and he became very angry. He said, "For David, they claim tens of thousands, but only thousands for me. They will be making him king next." Verse 9. And so he was jealous and suspicious of David from that day on. The next day, an evil spirit from God suddenly took control of Saul, and he raved in his house like a madman. David was playing harp, as he did every day, and Saul was holding a spear. "I'll pin him to the wall," Saul said to himself. And he threw the spear at him twice, but David dodged each time. Saul was afraid of David because the Lord was with David, but he had abandoned him. So Saul sent him away and put him in command of 1,000 men. David led his men in battle and was successful in all he did because the Lord was with him. Saul noticed David's success and became even more afraid of him. But everyone in Israel and Judah loved David because he was such a successful leader. So what do we see? We see the people of Israel, they liked David more than Saul because they saw David kill Goliath. They knew David killed Goliath. Goliath was a big giant. David was a little boy. He got him with a slingshot and a stone. Saul became jealous. So what we see after that, David ends up marrying Saul's daughter because that was part of the prize from killing Goliath. Then Saul began to persecute David. You know what I'm saying? And David was on the run from Saul from that time on. But Saul had a son named Jonathan, and him and David and Jonathan became like brothers. And then Jonathan helped David. But David was on the run from Saul. He tried to even hide with the Philistines one time. Yes, yes, yes. And then there was many times that David had a chance to kill Saul, but he did not do it. So David had a lot of problems, but the Lord was with David. Remember, he was a musician. He played the harp. And if you read in the book of Psalms, these were a lot of songs that David wrote to God because he had a lot of enemies. You need to take a look at the Psalms. I won't go over there, but you can take a look. Yes. So, what else happened, Bubba G? David also had problems with his son. Yes. One of his sons wanted to take his place. But David had another son named Solomon. And Solomon was going to be the next king of Israel.